Yeah, it's incredible because that mother instinct. There's a lot to the mother instinct with the autistic child.
No doubt. And it's funny because with the work that I now do, one-on-one coaching, and it's me coaching and advice. I don't even like to call it coaching because it's much more advisory, because it's really about helping the parent rise. I do that as a male, knowing that for the parents that I have the honor of walking alongside, that the intuition of both parents is incredibly important, but especially the maternal intuition. It's you can't discount that, you can't bury that. And so I'm a big fan of helping mom or dad, but especially mom, to walk into what I would call informed intuition. Because, because intuition's great, but sometimes intuition can kind of, for whatever reason, be radically off. So I think that's where this awareness that you mentioned earlier, stepping into a greater sense, here's what's going on in a detailed way with my child. Here are the options. Here are the roads we can go down. And especially here are the root causes that I think might be at play to focus on. If you get to that greater informed state, then it's like, okay, now where do I sense is the right area to focus on? And that's where the intuition, particularly maternal intuition, comes into play. Whenever Cass and I would have a disagreement in terms of which road to go down, we would both make our case and had respectful conversations. But if there was a tie, the tie went to the maternal intuition, not the paternal intuition.
Well done, Len. Well said. I maybe I shouldn't assume, but that comes from experience.
Yeah.
That's so freaking fun. How was your son going through school and so forth? And how were you as a parent during the school years, like especially early on elementary and so forth?
Yeah, our road was a little bit unique. He early on um, we did a home-based program for him when he was younger, like around 5. We did the Sunrise program, which is one that some people may be aware of, but it's basically a child-centered program, and it's home-based, so he wasn't at a school. But then we moved into more of a private school, like a community type environment that was much smaller class size, and and really a good fit for him. And then by the time he got to 5th grade, the town we were living in at the time had a dynamite public school with really great teachers at that grade level. And I mean, I honestly never thought my son would be in a public school. Like, I didn't think I wanted that. That was actually what I early on, that was my goal. I'm like, if he could be in a public school with no support, victory, right? Mission accomplished. And that happened in 5th grade. He went to 5th grade and had a phenomenal year. And again, it was because it was a fit. The school was, the right teachers, right environment. And he thrived in elementary school for a couple years. And at that point, he was ready for it. He had the skills to do that. And that's because we spent a lot of time, early on with the home program, and also helping him to learn the skills that he needed to be successful in that type of environment. So it wasn't just the schools taught him and we did nothing at home. We were doing a lot at home to help him learn what he needed to learn to be successful, because I didn't want him just to be in a public school, but then have all kinds of scaffolding around him. I wanted it to be a fit where he was able to navigate on his own. And fortunately he was, and that was an incredible experience for him. For a couple of years. And then after that, he then progressed more to different community schools, like, which are basically public schools, but with a different philosophy that we have in our state. And now he's 18 and just finishing his last year of high school. And for the last few years, he's been in more of a homeschool environment, with a teacher that's got a relatively smaller class size and different grades, kind of in one place, which is a much better fit for how he learns.